Hi, this is Madeline, and thank you for joining my channel again, where we talk about expanding our potential. And today I wanted to talk briefly about investing in yourself. And I actually got this idea when I was on my morning walk, and there was a gentleman who was on the phone, and he was, talking loud enough where I could hear what he was saying. And I guess he was talking to a friend or whatever. And what he said was that whatever amount of money that you are willing to spend on something like a car note, you should be investing an equal amount of money into yourself. And I've heard this before in different ways, but just the way he put it really stuck with me about investing in ourselves. And I think what was so um, significant about what he said is that there was a dollar amount. So if you are spending, $500 or $600 a month on a vehicle, which actually depreciates the more you drive it, you should be investing that amount also in your personal development. That's so important. It's so important. And even if it's not from a financial standpoint, first of all, the financial standpoint is very important because where your money goes, that's where your heart goes. So you spend money on the things that you really love. So if you really love and care about yourself, you put money into yourself. So that was just it was just a profound statement. But there are other ways that we can invest in ourselves as well. For instance, reading reading a variety of topics of books and reading a from a vast array of authors who look like you, authors who don't look like you, authors who have an opinion that is different from yours. That's part of the expansion of your self worth, your self value, your self understanding, your self awareness. It really stretches that so that you can become fuller and become well versed in just things of life. So, of course, going to school and going to college, those type things are, they're valuable, but also just learning from other people, learning from people who have put their story out there and made it accessible. And, there's a big difference between buying someone's book and going to college. There's a big cost difference. But wherever you are, you can really attach a certain dollar amount to how much you're willing to invest in yourself. And the more you spend, the more you are cultivating yourself. Now, here's another important point. It's not to say that you haphazardly just throw your money around. It's more about choosing something that resonates with you, something that challenges your point of view, something that challenges your intelligence. So you may even want to choose a book or a reading that is a little above your level of comfort so that it forces you to look up meanings and it forces you to think differently, especially if you have to put the book down for a day or two and really let something sink in. That's a beautiful moment of teaching, of self teaching, of self awareness. And so we definitely should be thinking of different ways to invest in ourselves. Even if it's not from that standpoint, if you find yourself stuck in a rut in one area of your life, for example, and I'll use myself as an example all the time. When I, through a series of events, lost a bunch of weight, my wardrobe did not catch up to that. So I was wearing clothes that were way too big for me. And it seems insignificant, it seems superficial. But when you evolve on the inside, it naturally wants to express itself on the outside. So if you've gone through a period where you're in a rut with something as simple as your clothing or something that just needs to evolve with you, make that investment. You only get to live once. You only get to live once that we know of. I mean, you could reincarnate, who knows? But for this incarnation, leave it all on the dance floor. Do it all. Really invest in yourself. Really push and stretch yourself so that when the time comes to transition, there are no regrets because you've really embodied your human experience this time. So I'm really grateful if I ever get to speak to the gentleman that I didn't want to interrupt his phone conversation, but if I ever get to speak to him, I'm definitely going to let him know that that really made a big impact on me, and that was another thought that I had, that you never really know what you say or what you do. Never really know what type of impact that has on someone else. So I'm really grateful for that gentleman, and if I get a chance to let him know, I'm definitely going to let him know that was just a really profound statement. And I love that he put a value and he was able to measure the value of a car and yourself. Which one is more valuable to you? And it's not that you have to not have the car, but if you are able to afford that car note, that means you should also be able to afford to invest in yourself. Really great talk today on investing in yourself. Again, I would love for you to check out my website. There's a link in the banner, MadelineACameron.com. There's a blog and there's information about my latest events and also a few books. There's a couple of journals that are guided for people who just need to restructure or structure their lives. There's a starting point with those journals. So I look forward to speaking with you again, and let me know what you think down below in the comments. Until next time.